What is this? DonutSMP is one of the most biggest public SMPs on Minecraft right now. With 3,000 players playing on a daily basis, this server has become known worldwide. No joke, this server has its own economy, with hundreds of players selling items and getting not millions, but billions of dollars every day. So today, I will be challenging myself to get as rich as possible on the server within 24 hours, and see if it's possible to get rich in a short span of time. So sit back and enjoy the video. So my journey started like this. I started getting some wood and some basic materials. Then I traveled thousands of blocks to find a good spot to build my secret base. I found a good place and crafted some doors to get faster to bedrock. I then crafted some iron and continued my journey mining, and I bumped into a big cave. I got some iron and then other materials. And after, my friend Sieni came to help me out with this challenge. He gave me some diamonds so I can craft myself armor, as I'm on 5 lives, and if I lose those 5 lives, it's over. Anyways, we found a good place to make our so-called sanctuary and decorated it with wood and leaves. After that, we started brainstorming on how to get rich in a short amount of time, as the economy right now wasn't that much balanced and every item was worth more than $500 million. After thinking for a while, I got an idea how could we easily profit out of this. I tried to buy a shulker from the shop and a lot of obsidian. I then calculated how much a full shulker box of obsidian will be worth and made the price much higher than it was supposed to be, and sold it for 350 million and sometimes sold it even for 450 mil. I've done that for a few times and got a couple of billions of dollars. Anyways, after that, I was streaming on Twitch, and some people donated a lot of money in a span of couple of hours since logging on the server. Then me and Sieni went to search for an end gateway to respawn the ender dragon so we can get XP and the dragon egg. It took some minutes, but we found one, and just for safety measures, Sieni went in first to check if it's not a trap, and surprisingly it was. He died and was left on 2 lives, but anyways, I was very curious to see what is happening on the other side, ignoring the fact that my friend died. So I threw a pearl and was stuck in a obsidian box with no exit. I tried to escape, but with no success. After that devastating loss of a life, I sold more and more shulkers, and one person in my stream chat wanted to help out. It was a risky move, but I still did it. He gave me a stack of skeleton spawners and I got a lot of money out of that. Anyways, I left the server to get some sleep and logged in the other day. The next morning, I logged on the server hoping that my base wasn't griefed, and surprisingly it wasn't. Even though the base wasn't looking that good, I decided to renovate it and decorate it using some wood. I also reached 6 billion as I sold some shulkers filled with obsidian that were sold for $1 billion. Anyways, a player called Weakness came to help me out with the base, and he also gave me 1 billion. Thank you very much, sir. Anyways, the final result of the base was looking awesome. When the base was entirely finished, a viewer from my stream wanted to give me something. I was curious on what will that be, so I TP'd him in a random spot in the world, and he surprisingly gave me 5 billion for no reason, and some armor. And one of them was a Netherite legging. From that point, I was sure that I was on the right track to hit 20 billion today. Anyhow, now I was on $12 billion, and as I had diamond armor, I went to search for ancient debris in the nether. But wait, until you say anything about that, yes, I know it was very hard to find ancient debris because the whole netherite was already explored, and every item that was worth something was no more. I gave up once I wasn't able to find anything, and straight after, everyone got a key to open the crate. So with high hopes, I would get the PvP key, so I could get it 1 piece of netherite armor and sell it for a lot of money. So I tried it, and for some reason I was extremely lucky and got what I wanted. So as everything was going to plan, I opened the PvP crate and surprisingly got netherite boots with really good enchantments. Later on, I decided to sell the 2 netherite armor pieces for a high price so I could benefit out of it. You lot in stream told me that usually the leggings would cost 1 billion, but I tried to sell it for 3, and it was sold right away. And the boots with those enchantments would usually cost $4 billion, but at the end I decided to try to sell it for 7 billion and hope for the best. And not even a minute has passed and it was sold. Now I was already at 23 billion with 4 hours hours of playtime on the server. Pretty insane to say the very least. After all of that, I decided to do a free-for-all with the players that were in my stream, and who wins gets $1 billion. 2 players came, but one of them didn't want to fight, so I decided to fight the other player for 1 billion. Nah, shit. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I don't have pearls. I forgot that. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Oh, wait for me. I know what you're gonna do. He has a better sword than me. Oh, shoot. Did I? Oh my god. Wait. Oh! Okay. How about I destroy my own totem? Oh, shoot. Well, I'm out of... I don't know how to use that. Man. I have to place... This is not cheating, chat. It's not cheating. This is the most weirdest PvP ever. Can I... After dying, I realized that I was very bad at Crystal PvP, but I had no choice but to accept my defeat and give him his prize. Once I gave him 1 billion, he then killed Weakness, and after that he started to hunt me down. Thankfully, I was very lucky and escaped without losing another life. Later on, I went on an adventure around the world and take a little break from selling items. I found a panda that is pretty rare on the server, but I found something more rare. A giant mansion that was of course grief, but I've never seen it on the SMP before. After adventuring around the world, I went back to selling stuff. Weakness gave me diamond boots and a netherite ingot so I could make netherite boots out of it. It didn't have mending, so I decided to buy a couple of mending books as it wasn't that much expensive, and I started reselling them for more money than I bought it for. I sold the boots for 3.1 billion, and then I tried to find a cheap enchanted netherite chestplate and sold it for 4 billion. After that, I got a key to open a crate, and somehow I got the PvP crate yet again. It was legit the second time in a row and I got it. I could say that I was very lucky today. Anyhow, from the crate, I got a very good enchanted netherite sword and I sold it for 7 billion. It took 20 minutes, but the chestplate sold and I had 29 billion right now. After that, a viewer called me and wanted to show his base, so I went to check it out. Oh. Yo. Oh, is this in the overworld? Like the world?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, what do you have here? Oh.
Stuff.
A fish tank with no fish. You want from the ender chest?
Okay. I know. What do you have?
What do I have?
Yeah, like something good, you know?
I got nothing.
Literally nothing? Okay, I'll give you something.
Nothing.
Literally, here you go. 1 sec. I'll give you half stack of diamond. Do you want it?
What? Sure. Half a stack of diamond? What? No way. 32. He then wanted to see my base, but of course, I wasn't born yesterday, believe it or not. Remember, on Donut, you can't trust anyone, and if I TP'd him to my base, he would have gotten my cords, and the base could get compromised, and I would most likely get killed, losing another life. I wasn't going to let him do that, so I tried to escape by doing /home. Thankfully, I made it. Even though he was friendly, I barely know him, so I had no choice. Anyways, I continued to resell mending books, and finally, after a couple of minutes, I have hit the 30 billion milestone under 6 hours. At least for me, that is very impressive. If we hit 50 likes, I will make a part 2 of this series until I hit 24 hours of playtime. Also, don't forget to subscribe!